What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my latest video here in 2019. I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. It's hard to believe that it's already 2019, but hopefully it'll be a great year. And with that, I'm going to give you my top 10 predictions for WWE in 2019. These are in no particular order, but just numbers 1 through 10. And be sure to leave your top 10 predictions for what you think will happen in WWE in the comments section down below. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. So let's get started. My first prediction here, I think this is very likely to happen, is the women will main event WrestleMania for the first time. You all know, huge fan of Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte. It's going to be a combo of those three. Either it's two scenarios here. Either it's going to be a triple threat, Becky, Charlotte, Ronda, or Becky versus Ronda. We will obviously know more after the Royal Rumble in about 23 days. So it's coming up fast. So, yeah, but to me that is the match that you should main event with, because the women are doing more compelling stuff compared to the men. And Becky's over like Rover. You got Charlotte, who's always, a great hand, one of the best in the company. And you got Ronda, who's had an incredible rookie year. Goes without saying. So that's my number one prediction. Prediction number 2 here is Drew McIntyre will win the Universal Championship. Big fan of Drew. One of the few bright spots on Monday Night Raw, and that there's not really much else to say about that. I really loved I thought they had a good steel cage match, him and Ziggler on Raw this past Monday. Just one of the things that I caught from that show. And then the beatdown on Ziggler afterwards was just brutal, vicious. It was everything that I loved. You could go in the direction of Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think it's either going to be that or Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. It's going to be one of those two options. So whoever faces the Beast, because I don't see Strowman winning the Universal Championship at the Rumble, which I feel like, why are we doing that match anyway? I'd rather Strowman just put him in the Rumble and have somebody else face Brock. But be that as it may, it is what it is. But yeah, I think Drew this year will become a Universal Champion. It's only a matter of time. Prediction number 3 here, as much as I love him, the monster among men, Braun Strowman, will not win the Universal Championship this year. I said last year, I believe, in one of my predictions that Braun Strowman would become Universal Champion in 2018. Didn't happen. I feel like the time to pull the trigger on that would have been Crown Jewel. He had him and Lesnar, and he lost. Now he's going up against Lesnar again, and I just don't really care. I mean, he lost, 3 times now? If he loses again, this will be his 3rd loss to Lesnar. So it's just like, the first time, no mercy, okay. You can do a rematch again, and I understand it was supposed to be Roman, Strowman, and Lesnar in a triple threat at Crown Jewel, and I didn't have a feeling that Roman would have lost that match. So, yeah, as far as this year, and Strowman's momentum, to me, he's still over, but not as over as he was when the time to pull the trigger. Then they flipped him heel, then they had to turn him back babyface. To me, it was just a mess. Speaking of Saudi Arabia, prediction number 4, WWE will run the Saudi Arabia propaganda video for the upcoming events in May and November. Something just tells me that they won't be able to help themselves. Despite the fact that I thought they should have canceled Crown Jewel, and I'm glad. As far as I'm concerned, as long as they're doing these events and putting them on the network, I ain't watching another one again. The Greatest Royal Rumble was a waste of time, and that propaganda video just made me sick. So I just have a feeling now that, since it's been several months after, the Khashoggi, incident and, what's going on with Saudi Arabia, don't be surprised if Vince McMahon and company run that propaganda video. Because, they probably will. Just saying. So that'll be great. Just great. Prediction number 5, Becky Lynch will win the Royal Rumble, will move to Raw, hang on here, it gets better, and will be the first person to defeat Ronda Rousey for the Women's Championship. I've said all along, Ronda's going into WrestleMania undefeated. Can't change that. That is a fact. I just don't see Ronda losing between now and WrestleMania. So who would be the likely person to beat her? It's either going to be Becky or Charlotte. And if I had my pick, Becky. She's over like Rover. She's probably the hottest actor in the company, and that is great for me to see, because I've always been a huge fan of Becky Lynch, and I've been saying for so long, just give her a chance, give her an opportunity, And ever since, she turned heel, to me, she's kind of a tweener anyways, and the fan support just continues to grow and grow and grow in her favor. And I would love to see her make Ronda Rousey tap out at WrestleMania, seeing as how I will be at WrestleMania 35. And to see Becky win that championship would be one hell of a moment. We shall see. We shall see. Speaking of WrestleMania 35, big prediction here. And I say this probably every year. The Undertaker will wrestle his final match at WrestleMania 35. We all know that The Undertaker has to have his match at WrestleMania. I thought 2 years ago that was the perfect send-off, but he couldn't help himself. And just every year we continue to see The Undertaker step in the ring. It's just like, man, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You know, you had a great send-off. Yeah, the match was terrible. He didn't look good at all. And I didn't see the match that he had with Triple H. The match with Cena was fine. It was what it was, but it was a quick match. I just don't think Taker and his body is able to put on a 20 to 25 minute clinic like he used to, you know, even towards the latter end of his career. I just really wish he would hang it up and call it a day, because there's really nothing left for him to do. He's given it his all. I mean, I feel like it's time. It's been time for a while now. I mean, who am I to say? You know, it's his call, but I would really hope that 35 would be his final match. If you want to put him in the ring with a great opponent, put him in the ring with AJ Styles. And have that be his last match. You want to have him go out on a really good note, AJ could still get a really good match out of The Undertaker. And I'd still like to see that matchup. Question number 7 here. Sasha Banks and Bayley will win the inaugural, or well, they're bringing them back, so, but they'll say they're you know, the first time ever women's tag team champions. So, but the point is, at WrestleMania, Sasha and Bayley will win the women's tag team titles. I feel like this has been the direction they've been going in for a while now. They obviously knew this was going to happen due to the fact of we didn't get the Sasha Bayley feud that we all thought. I think maybe down the line, after they hold those tag team titles for however long they hold them for, we could still get that. But at WrestleMania, I think it is highly likely we see Sasha Banks and Bayley win the women's tag team titles. Number 8 here. The jabroni-beating, pie-eating, trailblazing, eyebrow-raising The Rock will go into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2019. And oh my God. How awesome would that be? As a huge fan of The Rock, one of my all-time favorites, to be able to be there in person, to see the great one inducted into the Hall of Fame, now that would be awesome. You know, I saw some stuff floating around there. Maybe that's why they moved the day, you know, not only due to the New Japan ROH MSG show, but to accommodate The Rock's schedule. We will know in 2 weeks. Usually they announce it on the January 14th, January 21st episode of Raw, and then the tickets go on sale. So if The Rock is headlining, that will be a hot ticket in town. I can guarantee you that. Number 9 here, Ronda Rousey will be drafted to Smackdown for the move to Fox. As we all know, Smackdown is moving to Fox in October. October of, let's see here, October 4th. That is the big move. So Ronda Rousey, I feel, you know, they want that more sports-like vibe. They're going to want to move Ronda over to SmackDown on Fox. I mean, she's a big money player. So I feel that would just make sense. So, and speaking of Ronda and the 4 horsewomen, number 10 here in my predictions. I believe we will see Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Jessamyn Duke, and Marina Shafir. 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen take place at Survivor Series. This is a match I've been wanting to see for a long time now. I feel like the best place to have that match take place is Survivor Series. I mean, it just fits the concept that you can do the traditional Survivor Series match. So, yeah, those are my top 10 predictions for WWE in 2019. Feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments section. And I want to say thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to click my like and subscribe button here on youtube.com/DanielGuys412. Be sure to check out my Twitter @DanielGuys412. Check out that Facebook page too, facebook.com/DanielGuys1994. Also be sure to check out the latest trailer for Wushaw 2 The Code, coming August 16th. We now have a release date and a premiere. Johnny K. Woo's been working very hard on that film, so congrats to him and the entire team on completing the project this past weekend. To my Kane Action Team brothers, Matt, Ben, Heath, Jerry, the list goes on and on and on. Everybody did a phenomenal job on that film. So props to them. Also be sure to check out the Kane Action Team. That is Kane Action Team on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as well. So that does it for this video, guys. I want to say thank you all for watching, and I'll be back up here in my next video whenever that may be. So until then, have a great day.